this. I know last week's call was an hour and a half, which was awesome. I mean, Danielle shared a lot of great content, and just to piggyback on some of that. So I know we're missing some. Does anybody know who else we're missing here? I was going to just tag if anybody had any questions there.
Jessica, I think, and
focus. Because I know it's getting. And just so last week's call was I know Danielle usually does them at 8:00. So we had a team call for a giveaway at 8:00. So that's why I would have done it an hour ago, but we just with the timing of it. So I know Danielle's getting ready to set shore to a wonderful cruise. So yeah. Does anybody have any questions? I know like since last week. How's it been going for, there's a lot of great content. This group, obviously, we've always done, there's been they're typically 30-day, Coach Basics. This is a 2-week, so it's obviously a little more ramped up. Does anybody have any questions with the content in the group that's being posted or anything, some successes or even some failing forward since last Thursday night's call?
I've been talking to a lot of teachers at school. I'm a teacher. I'm a reading teacher.
Yeah.
I also diagnostic testing for the children. And I'm talking to one teacher. She's getting married next April, and I brought my Shakeology in this morning, and we had Shakeology for lunch today. And she's really excited about it, but still a little bit nervous about it and all. And I've talked to a lot of people about the 21-day fix and what it's done for me and what it could do for you. Because like it was said, always be the customer first. They're really excited about it. And it's always that, well, I have to think about it, which I respect. I understand, because I was that way too. So I'm continuing to follow up with them. I haven't gotten any leads of selling any product yet, but I have 2 hopefuls tomorrow. So I just want to make sure I'm, on the same page. I'm planting those seeds and trying to make sure that I hit every point. I even share my lunch with what Nicole puts out. She's amazing with her lunch and breakfast. Yeah, and I share a lot with my teachers at school too. They're listening. They're listening. They don't like change. That's the problem. They love their snacks and, all that happy comfort food. So I'm trying. It's a little slow at first, but I'm sure it'll work out.
Yeah. Gigi, my wife and you're talking to a kindergarten teacher. My wife and I are both kindergarten teachers in here in Michigan. And half of my wife has, as she's sitting on the couch across the, sitting here so she can testify. But no, I can tell you, I've had over, I've been teaching now for 10 years, and I've been a coach for 3. And again, I will tell you that, a lot of her staff, the people that when I first started this knew I was into fitness but just needed some time. Like you said, you're planting seeds, and that's huge. Yes. Funny story yesterday. My wife, she calls me, her elementary is a couple miles down the road. She calls me in the classroom and just is like, hey, the special editor teacher, 2 of her colleagues, and a few other teachers ordered from me. They've ordered challenge packs. They're in our challenge group over the years. And so she's like, one of, the nurse aides wants to order Shakeology. And she told me, I was told to come to your husband. So of course I'm like, I don't know this woman. She's a teacher, is named in our district. So she's like, yeah, sent me a friend request yesterday. And last night we were chatting. She actually had a Team of Beachbody account from 4 years back. She ordered Turbo Fire. So she had an account on file. I had to check and so she ordered today. And again, it's just one of those things. I don't know her, but because of showing up every day, being consistent, the 3 vital behaviors, I told her, if you want to order a one-time bag, I told her the challenge pack is really her best bundle to get her all, set up. But she's like, well, my mom just bought, I didn't know this, but she's like, my mom just bought the 21-day fix. So she's like, can I just get a bag of Shakeology and just do it that way? I'm like, Absolutely. So, like you said, you're planting seeds, and it's just, at first people, all the teachers are like, what are you doing? What is this stuff you're doing? And now it's like people are like, no, I'm very serious about this, and this is what I do. So, I think that's a really good, teachers are awesome. I mean, and like, they're always going to give you, there's not enough time, or I'm too tired. We hear it all as teachers,
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So
I think that's funny because I work at a high school too, but I'm in the afternoons, so I don't get to really see the teachers very often unless they come to the athletic events or our coaches, but they know who I am. And so that's why I started the Fit Club that I did for the teachers. And so they come in, but I just think it's funny. I feel like, Brent, like you said, they knew your name and that to come to you to get Shakeology. So it's almost like we're peddling Shakeology in the schools, but that's really great that you know your name and they know that you're knowledgeable in it.
And that's, it's like Tim and Gigi and Melanie, I know and by the way, I don't know, Danielle, I don't want to assume anything here, but obviously, our upline, my sponsor coach is Tim, and Tim and Danielle come from Vince, their upline. So that's how Danielle, we're on our legs together through the Strong League. So she's a great friend. I mean, Danielle's been there for the last, 3 years, but one of the things, you were saying is my upline is also a teacher in our district, and he put an ad out about 3 years ago. We have an ads and info. It's like a Craigslist, but a little bit more professional, that he was about coaching. I had done these programs for years before becoming a coach, and so I thought, I'll check this out. My wife was like, I'll look into this, and so the reason I bring this up is my upline, he teaches middle school, so he covers all the 7th to 12th graders, and I'm in the elementary. And it's funny, Patty, you said that. I mean, our jobs are so stressful. I barely see my own colleagues, let alone like I teach kindergarten. So our kindergarten hallway is totally separate from the 1st to 5th graders. So unless I go into the staff lounge, which we rarely have time, I mean, I'm around kids all day and maybe, my colleagues, but so it's nice because I'm not really up against we have other Beachbody coaches in our district, but none of them are really doing it. Like they're just kind of, so Tim covers all our middle school people in the high school, and I cover the elementary. So it's just, it's fun. But so yeah, you said a reading specialist, correct?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Oh, wonderful. How long have you been doing that for?
Well, off and on for about since, I started working with children in the year 2000.
Okay.
And then I kind of took a break from that and just focus on my son and my family. And then I also was a communicator for St. Jude, which was trying to get the raise money for the children who had surgeries coming up. And that was very fulfilling, very stressful, but it was very near and dear to my heart. And I just recently got back into teaching again, and I love it. It's amazing with Beachbody, especially 21 Day Fix.
Yeah.
I'm on the hardcore. Danielle got me on the hardcore after I did 21 days because I was doing it a second time around, really? And I love it. Not realizing how strong I am from the 21 day for the hardcore, and I'm laughing through it this morning thinking, oh my gosh, if I did not do 21 day, there was no way I could have done hardcore, never. But the funny part about it, we always have luncheons and dinner or late dinner or early dinners for the teachers. And I mean, it's from fried chicken and this and that. And before I would be like, oh, I worked hard. I did this workout. I'm going to go eat that. I don't even want to look at it because working out so hard in nutrition with Nicole, and I just have my lunch and they all sit there and they just kind of look at me. I'm like, this is just what I do. And this is how I eat. So you can start seeing them bringing in healthier lunches.
Yep.
I even have little Ziploc bags of my shake, my powder shake in Ziploc bags. So if they say, hey, can I try that? Because they all have their little drinking cups thingies that we have. Absolutely. And I'll give it to them. I'll tell them this is, the chocolate vegan, or absolutely shake it up. We'll have it for lunch or have it tomorrow morning for breakfast. Let me know. But that's what I just try to do, and especially teaching.
And they're going to ask you, like, obviously they're going to see that consistency. you know, like that you're making a conscious effort when, you know, and teach, you know, in those lounges that you can, I am totally, it's sickening, honestly, what they put in our staff lounges. You know, we have all these insurance companies that come in and retirement 401 companies, and they dump, Patty, you can probably, they dump just this horrible food in our lounge. And I'm so glad that I just had my Shakeology, you know, an hour ago before my kiddos came in, because I go in there and I'm like, yeah, I did a max 30, or I did a 21-day, you know, I did my cardio day, cardio fix. And I'm like, you work so hard. And I'm like, I watch these, and the teachers, they complain, you know. So, and then, you know, they'll sit there and they're like, you know, they're just mowing down all these processed food, you know, sugar, but they're like, oh, I don't have enough time, or maybe I'll just start that. You know, I've had women that order the challenge. So, you know, what you're doing, you know, those small steps, and that's, you know, you show up with a salad or something, or a chicken.
I share a lot.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, I share a lot of recipes with people and say, you know, this is so much easier to make than this. Or if somebody posts a recipe on Facebook that is going to do like a 21-day fix or something, I say, that's a good recipe, but substitute this for the heavy cream, or do this.
Yeah.
And then you've got a better recipe, your recipe right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just, you know, that's the great thing about coaching, is that like everybody comes, you know, it's just like, you know, we're not the expert, you know, you don't have to be an expert of everything. It's just, you know, people see that, you know, it's functional fitness, you know, there's lots of options with the eating plan. I mean, the 21-day fix, you guys, it's been out for just over 2 years now. I mean, it's literally transformed the whole, you know, the whole process of nutrition. I mean, it's so simplified. Pardon, we just had a call. I know Patty and Amanda know, but we were just talking about, do you girls have the 21-day fix app on your phones?
Mm-hmm.
Melanie and
I do.
Okay, awesome.
I do, yes.
And that app is so simplified. It breaks it down, and you can take measurements, and now everything is just, it's so accessible. And so that, I mean, yeah, and the fact that you're now doing 22-minute hardcore, I can't wait to get started with that. So that's really cool to see as well. Any other, Melanie, do you have any questions? Way to go. You saw a challenge pack. That's awesome. I saw Amanda's comment, like, I got to go back and look at the chat, the conversation. So that's, hey, there you go. You're definitely working. So is anybody, what's that?
It was my third one today.
So you're in.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Oh, if I had a cold beer, I'd cheers to you. So that's way to go.
Yay.
So you're in Success Club then?
I don't know.
Well,
I guess.
Who's your coach, Melanie?
I'm Nicole.
Okay, Nicole. Michelle just got in. Michelle, when are you leaving for the cruise?
Hi, tomorrow evening.
Oh gosh.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get on late. I just realized.
You're fine. Jeannie was sharing some good stories here, so it's awesome. Yeah, so, you know, one of the things I know I just wanted to take some time and really just talk about, I know last week's call was an hour and a half, and like I said, that was a really good call. What I wanted to see is, I know in the team focus, I've tweaked some things, and I've shared. My team is, we have a team endurance, which is the downline, and so what I can create, I always like to share, obviously, with Danielle and her coaches. But our team, you know, our team endurance is growing like crazy, and so whatever I'm working, I just want to share along. Are you girls familiar with using the 5-step document that's in the team focus group by chance? Have you been using that at all?
Yeah, I think she just posted it too again the other day.
Okay. Yeah, I just the one I updated. So, and I know Amanda and Patty have conversations about this, but I just wanted to check because it's just a great way. How has it been going? Like, you're inviting, and what has it been looking like for inviting? I know, Gigi, you said that you had people responding, or are you still, how's that going for you right now?
The teachers are responding to me,
Okay.
Very positive. They want to think about it because it's the money issue gets involved.
Yep.
In it. And I just basically would say to them, you know what, I completely understand. I hear that, you know, from the other girls that talk to me about it, but, you know, and then I would just tell them what it's done for me. It's amazing. And I just go down through the steps with them. And it is, I mean, it's with Beachbody with 21-day fix and Shakeology, it's a science. It's all put together with nutrition, and it works. And I tell them, because they see me, because they know when I first started, and then now they say, I could tell, Gigi, I could tell a huge difference with you. And that's really important. I would just sit there and just explain it to them, that I'm so excited about it, and I want to share this with you. And I feel so much better. And I would just go on and just talk and answer questions that I would need to answer. But it's very positive. And every time I would talk to somebody, they would always say, I've heard nothing but great things about, Beachbody. Nothing but great things, they would tell me. So I think that's great too.
Yeah, Tommy Migrant they use the Feel Felt Found. What you just said is awesome. I totally know how you feel. I felt that, I felt the same way, and that what you're doing, obviously, being one of the vital behaviors, being a product of the product, is that you're putting it in front of them. You're not doing it in a manner that's salesy. You're not doing it in a way that's unnatural. You're doing it. You're implementing this into your lifestyle with fitness, with nutrition. So you don't have to go in and try, we're not salesmen, and I know Danielle's covered this. This is something we talk a lot about in the Coach Basics is, we put, we're advocates for programs that we love and that we enjoy. And when you come from the heart and you're very natural and sincere about that, people see, right, I truly believe it's not, it's just like wearing the logo gear we talked about before recording. People see, oh yeah, I've got friends that, like you did Focus T25, or, you've done, I'm like, yeah, I love Insanity. We've been out at different, my wife and I, it's just another way. It's just, it's nothing. We're not salesmen. So what you're doing is awesome. And there's a lot of, there's actually a video, Tommy Migrant makes a video. I'm not sure if it might be in Team Focus, but he has his overcoming objections video. There's one from corporate. It's about a 7-minute video. He role plays it. It's in the Team Beachbody. I know if you go to the Team Beachbody YouTube channel, it's there. It's a phenomenal video. I can't tell you how many times I've watched it. I basically memorized the script in my head. It's about a year and a half old. It's he made it before Summit last year. And I tell you, Tommy is the master of the 5-step. And that's what I've done. Over the years, I've spent a lot of time with the 5-step document. So going back to what I was just saying is that I want to see if anybody had any questions about that, because that's something that, obviously with me being on this call tonight, that is something I put a lot of work in, and I'm always willing to share what's worked for me or what hasn't worked. So if anybody had any questions about the 5-step document, whether it's, how to invite or the conversation, the other thing is, I always say is if I was to send you 2 videos, would you? That's another common way just to kind of get conversation started. Somebody asked. So does anybody have any want to piggyback on that at all? I just wanted to make sure.
Brent, can I just say something?
Yeah, go ahead. Of course.
I just want to say that I'm pretty sure Danielle put that video already in the Coach Basics group.
Because I think watched it. I think.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's already in there. So yeah, definitely go back and watch it again, because Brent's right. It's like if you can watch that video a few times and it's totally worth it. Totally worth it. For sure.
There's not many videos that I have programmed in my head for this company that I could on a dime. That video of Tommy, he's wearing a polo shirt and he's role playing with some girl, another top coach, and it's from the company. I'm a runner too. I've listened to it just going out running. And it's such a great. So thank you for sharing that, Michelle. It's a phenomenal. Not like a 45-minute webinar or something. It's super quick. Take some notes. What I do is I also I would just type up everything's there. You can actually I'll put everything in my Dropbox, and so you can have folders. So if let's say somebody messages you about, a program or something, or you can have that document accessible on your computer. So, that way you have a framework, to work from about overcoming objections. So, any questions? Yeah, thanks that's definitely there that we can, you guys take advantage of. So,
yeah, a couple of questions.
Go ahead.
So I don't have a whole lot of people I know because I work from home with a bunch of techie geeks. They're all boys, and they're living in their basement, rocking back and forth the binary numbers. And so they're not really target market for me. So I think I'm really ready to start approaching like the online yard sales and looking at my friends on Facebook, which of course they're not like super close friends, but just acquaintances. Do you have any suggestions? Because I have posted in a couple of online yard sales, and it's all crickets.
Well, that's my other thing. So I'm very honest about this too. When I signed as a coach, I mean, I still, like I was just telling you, like my wife, a teacher at her school just called me, can I order the Shakeology? She likes Shakeology. I have friends and family and my mom's coworkers and, elementary, my old teacher friends and principals that order challenge packs. But there's going to come a time when that market, your warm market, is going to dry up. I remember I still have my journal of the 150 people. Mind you, this is before Coach Basic was even around, of my 150 people that I went inviting, and I had some success. But then you get through, and when I started, Danielle's talked about this too. I'm still not a big Facebook person. Facebook is my business. That's really the only reason I'm on Facebook. So when I opened up to become a coach, I knew that I had, Amanda, to basically expand my market. And one of the things I did, which you just mentioned, is I've been extremely aggressive with yard sales for the last 3 years. It's pretty much how I built my entire business. And that's kind of going back to the 5-step, because I've had some consistency there. And so I've always tried to share with the team what's worked for me. It's not a perfect script or anything that I have. So Amanda, what I would say is this: are you still working through your hot list, or people that I know that, are you still working through people right now that or what does that look like right now? Are you?
So what I'm doing is like right away when I signed up as a coach, I started a 30-day planking challenge.
Yep.
And I actually built the list through MailChimp, and so they get an email like every single day from me saying, plank for this long, you're doing great. I'll put some like inspirational stuff in there, awesome, links to whatever, and then I have my group, that they can post in there. So my idea is they can get used to, being in kind of a challenge group and supporting each other. Mm-hmm. And that went really well. I had 50 people sign up through, I posted on some online yard sales and through my friends on Facebook. So I had 50 people sign up, and about 20 people are pretty active in the challenge group.
Sure.
And so that's the list I'm working through right now and like this month has been kind of hard to close people.
Yeah.
They're all like, give me a couple weeks to get my paycheck in order, and then I want to go. So I just chalk it up to sometimes things just roll like that, and then they'll all come in at once, So that's going really well, but I want to keep the momentum. And my challenge group ends on the 14th of this month.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to start a squat challenge. And do that through the online yard sales. Obviously, my thing is I just want to build trust with people, and let them know that I am, a supportive person and I will be there for them. It's not just I'm trying to make a quick sale.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been doing through the online yard sales, but I've also then tried to, I put out there the 22-minute hardcore.
Yeah.
I had no responses from that. And I think I did a 21-day fix one too on there with no response.
Sure.
Now you said you put up a page on your website. Is that what you did? Or are you open?
For what?
I think she's talking about the monkey or the mail thing.
The planking challenge. I can show you guys what I did if you want. I don't know if I can screen share on here, but I can just put it in the team focus thing. But I'm an online marketer, so I just have access to some tools. And so I just actually created a landing page where people could click on the link from the yard sale and put in their name and email address. It automatically gets uploaded to an email marketing system. And then, I just started collecting email addresses that way.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
I see.
Yeah,
that is a very good idea.
Yeah, and so, like I said, I had such a good response from it. I definitely want to try to do one of those once a month. It's a lot of work because, I said, I create content every day for them. But I can reuse it. So the next time I do my planking challenge, I've got it all done. It will be very little work for me.
Amanda,
automated.
what about trying to shorten up your challenge to maybe just 7 days?
Yeah, I don't mind doing that. And I've thought about it. Like I thought about doing like a clean eating 7-day challenge, but the hard part for me is that, like I kind of want to, I guess I just like that people can get to know each other. And I don't think people really get to know each other in 7 days.
I did
had a couple people like in my challenge group that have become, friends, just like, like I don't know if Patty thinks I'm her friend, but I think Patty thinks so. I think that they develop relationships. So
I want to make a new friend.
I just did a 5-day clean eating challenge, and it actually worked out fine. It was great. People really liked it, and it was short, but kind of short and sweet almost.
Yeah.
And
How did you set that up,
people
Melanie?
posted to each other, and nobody knows each other in the group. People were posting and super supportive, and people asked questions about, I'm traveling, what should I bring? I'm going to a potluck. Do you have any recipes?
Yeah,
I posted just a few things about, since it was clean eating challenge, I posted just a few things about 21-day fix, just about portion sizing. And we did like a little water challenge, and we talked about protein powders because it was an open group and there was no products. And I posted about Shakeology, and actually I got a couple people out of just that little group in 5 days. And then I posted in that group that I'm going to be doing a 7-day fitness one, and every one of them is going to do the 7-day fitness. So I don't know, maybe a shorter challenge. I don't know. It worked for me fine.
Yeah, I think that's really great feedback. I appreciate that, because that was my concern, was that people wouldn't really get to know each other. And so yeah, that's great. So did you, as far as like what you did with the meal planning and the content, did you create that, or did you find it somewhere?
No, I just made it. It took a little bit of work up front, but once it was done, it was pretty good. I did a meal plan, and I didn't do a grocery list. I just did a meal plan and a few of the recipes. I focused a lot on the protein powder, kind of like the protein shakes, and did a lot of Shakeology recipes, but didn't call it Shakeology, just because I didn't want people to get scared off.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so I just called it that, and I talked about how adding a protein powder to my day has helped me, because it truly has. So it's easy to talk about. And people actually noticed how it is beneficial. And so then it was an easy transition when they wanted to do a program that when Shakeology was included, it wasn't a scary thing.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah. Would you be willing to share some of that content? Because I don't know if I should admit this in front of everybody, but I'm not a big nutrition buff. I mean, I just don't know about it at all. So, and that's the other thing, is I'm a little nervous about hosting that, because people ask me questions. I'll just have to Google it. So,
I just I did a lot of Pinterest.
There's a ton out, That's one of the great things. Go ahead, Melanie. I don't want to interrupt you.
I have a quick question, because I have a customer that's asking me, is PiYo 60 days?
It is 60 days, correct.
Okay.
This is great. I mean, everyone's sharing. This is awesome. One of the things, personally, I've ran all kinds like different eating groups. I haven't had a lot of success, but I think number one, you're building trust. Amanda, you brought up a good point. It's a great way to get people in. There are so many coaches out there doing great things with, you can do a plank challenge, a clean eating, a 5-day, 7-day, 10-day. There's so much flexibility. There's not one way to run those. What you want to do, my thoughts are, number one, you want dialogue. You want people engaged, and there's nothing worse than running one of those groups and having the coach doing all the talking, or doing all the posting. You want it to be fun, engaging, and you're building trust so that, the way I present, I don't have a lot of experience with running groups with that, just because I typically will give people into watching some videos and seeing what's going to get them right into a challenge pack. But there's a lot of merit, and there's a lot of coaches out there that go that route. And if that's something that is working for you, Melanie, and obviously, and Amanda, your plank, by all means, continue on, because you have to remember, you're Gigi said, you're planting seeds now. So those people, are going to see that you're in this. You're obviously providing support. You're giving them direction. And so they're going to go to you when they need help with nutrition, or they're like, hey, I'm looking for this workout that's going to focus on, on strength. Can you give me some pointers? They're going to come back to you for hosting that leadership. So that's awesome. I'm glad that those are that this is a good topic to cover, because there's not one way to run a free eating group or a plank group. I mean, you really can set it up how you want and just, too, there are a ton of, like you said, there's lots in the back office. There's even the companies gave a lot of coaches, they'll have like PDF samples. So basically, just know anything you want to do has pretty much been done. So you don't really have to go out there and recreate the wheel for a lot of this stuff. It's kind of like the 5-step. You can tweak the how long it is. You can tweak if it's certain exercises or what kind of, if you're going to do just snacks or whatever you're going to do that, or give them a full meal prep. But most of this has already been done. So it's just a matter of going out there and finding it and then tweaking. Just know when you see one, it's not like I have to do it just this way. I mean, make it how you feel comfortable, because when you're leading that group, you want it to be smooth and transitional. So that's all. I think that's a great topic that is brought up here with, obviously with those clean eating groups and fitness.
So what do you post on the online yard sales, Brent? Do you have examples of those?
And I posted, I know, Amanda, with you being one of the newer coaches, I use the same exact script. I typically post something to the effect of, and it's in our group, I basically say, I just go out and say, I'm looking for 5 moms looking to lose at least 15 pounds. And I basically say, this is not a lose weight overnight magic pill or silly shake. I will work closely with you and to the effect, and I always put the cost in there. I tell them serious inquiries only. This is not free. And I put the range, and I've shared that. And a lot of the coaches, I mean, this conversation, we could probably spend, and I wish you could flag Danielle on this from across the country. We could probably I could spend 5 hours easy here on Fighting Yard Sales and just telling you that system. I mean, it's how I built my entire business. It's not for some people have tried it, but I've been consistent with it, and it's how I built my business, and I'll just continue to do that. But so what I do is I typically, that's how I found, my team, Amanda, our team, like Tammy, all of our coaches were pretty much customers once that found me through a yard sale. I have, a few family members and stuff, but most of our team is all, Jessica found her in a yard sale. Found her in a yard sale. Patty, I'm just bringing that up. And I know Melanie and Diana, and I know obviously, I don't know as well, but in Michelle, Michelle can obviously testify here. With the yard selling, I know she's had she's got her team's growing like crazy too. She's doing awesome. So, do you have any questions? Does anybody have questions? I know this. I've got 3.5 minutes here ticking. And I know Michelle, we were talking about getting another link created. Does anybody have any questions about that? Because I'm glad to answer. I really target, Danielle. What I do is I don't. If you're throwing, just throwing your line out and casting and going for anything, you're probably not going to have a whole lot of success. But I focus. I know that this network is made up of women, mostly moms. So, when we started 3 years ago, our upline, Vince, he had shared what some successes he had in yard sales. So I took his script with Tommy Migren, our upline, and I basically created my own 5-step, kind of like you would do for your own clean eating. I made it my own verbiage. I created the way that I would talk, not with and that's it. And so I just basically I post anywhere from 10 to 20 yard sales a day. And that's what I do. And that's how, and I have phone conversations at night after work.
Are they all local to you, or do you post in?
I have people I have people in Japan. I have people in Germany. We don't.
Do we sell challenge packs in other countries? I was under the impression we didn't.
Yeah, there are in the military. Well, there's some of the yard sales I've been in for so long. I don't even know. Some of them, there's like a military. There's like one military base in Germany that I'm in. Most of the customers are obviously U.S. based, but I have some in Canada. I've gotten into yard sales all the way in Vancouver. Years ago, and I've had customers who, when 21 Day Fix first came out, in British Columbia. So, but now we have a ton of coaches in Canada too. So, yard selling, it's just, when I got to a point where my market dried up, I love these programs and I love Shakeology too much to just sit here and not want to give it to other people. You know, I've never been from the mindset. I'm not about selling. Like, I don't want, like, I'm not a used car salesman. I just know that I love these programs. They work. And so I want to be able to give, and that's what I did. So when our warm market dried up, I just started going to yard sales. Amanda, have you talked to Kirsten about yard sales? I know I've kind of walked through that a little bit. Has she talked to you about yard sales?
No.
Thanks. Bye.
I'm interested in that too, because this is all new to me.
Probably a whole call next week. I would love to, or just share. Yeah.
I'm wondering.
I'm in a couple of yard sale groups, and I went in. If you go on Facebook, they have a new, I don't know if you guys know this, Brent, you might be aware, but there's like a new tab that says sale groups. And if you click on it, it'll give you a map, and then you can scroll the map and it'll show you which groups are in that area. And you can look and it'll show you if there's anybody in there that you know. Like I stayed away from the ones that my coach was already in. So I just went into the ones that weren't, but just be aware that they won't always just let you in right away.
Yeah.
Like I had to request a few times sometimes for them to let me in, especially if you're not local. I stayed pretty local, but I kind of went outside the area, and so it took a little while.